Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Amelia and here on this channel we talk about writing, journaling, and productivity to help you curate a life that you love. So everything is kind of a mess behind me because I'm going to be traveling for the weekend, so disregard the mess. For today I wanted to show you guys something that I have been so excited for, and that is my Route 66 road trip scrapbook. So today we're going to be going through all of the spreads and I can't wait to bring you guys along. So before we get started, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content like this. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video. Alright, so here we are for another scrapbook creation video. This spread, honestly, I was so excited to do it. I guess I shouldn't call this a spread. The entire thing, the entire journal, I was so excited to do it because the trip was just phenomenal from along Route 66 to the Grand Canyon. If you want to see the vlog for that trip, I do have it up on my channel and I'll put a link in the description box below so that way you guys can see that if you want, but of course there's no pressure. But yeah, ever since we went on the trip I've been wanting to do this, and I made a dark academia spread not too long ago, and as soon as I did that I was like, you know what, I've got to do this. I have to make the Route 66 spread. There is no reason why I should be delaying. So I put this brown designed background in the background because I don't like the way that the blank white pages look, so I find this a little bit more, I don't know, more dimensional. And then I wrote the words road trip at the top with this stencil that I have no idea where I got it from, but I've had it for years and I thought it looked kind of nice. The picture at the bottom is from Canva. It is a vintage Route 66 map that I found, so that's what we're using. And then the little girl at the bottom, which you can barely see because I got out of frame, I'm sorry, that will be fixed. Promise it'll be fixed soon. But that was from a photo that I took on the trip and I just cut it out. Something else you're gonna notice is that I play around with design over and over. I'm struggling with that little strip of craft paper there, but as soon as I find the spot that works, I place it down. I intended to put a day one kind of thing on there, but you'll see that that kind of doesn't exactly work the way I planned, and that's okay. I think that when it comes to scrapbooking, you have to be prepared for mistakes. There is a little Sharpie mark beneath this little car that I'm gluing and that I made on accident, but it got covered up anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, I also cut that car out from a picture on the trip as well, which happens a lot. A lot of the photos and stickers that you're gonna see aren't really stickers, they're all photos that I took on the trip and cut out to use for this scrapbook. So yeah, gosh, it's so crazy to think about like how long this took. I'm not even joking when I say that it took me like 2.5 hours to make this entire thing, and I condensed it down into a 20-something minute video. So yeah, thankfully you didn't have to be there with me because it was a very long time and I took a lot of breaks. So I messed up the words day there, and so I rewrote it on this little post-it note that I have. And then I'm going to cut that out and kind of cover up my mistake. You know, if it's messed up, you just cover it up. It's okay. I also have 3 different washi tapes that I'm cycling through. I don't pick any more than that. I kind of wish I had more, but I don't. But I'll put a link to those down below. All of the products that I'm using will be linked down below if you want to do something similar. I'm also using these stickers that I got from Michael's, which are road trip themed. At the bottom there, I'm just writing like spring break 2021 Route 66 trip because that's what it was. So on this next page, again, I wanted to try to stay away from the white background. As time goes on and evening grows closer to me, you'll notice that I kind of give up a little bit and I start using white a lot more, but at the beginning I really wanted to avoid that just because I don't know, I like color, at least just a little bit. They're really neutral, these colors, but I feel like they just transform the scrapbook aesthetic that I was going for. You also know that I'm rotating between my glue pen and my tape. There is no rhyme or reason for when I use whichever one, so yeah. I also put a paper clip at the beginning, or at the top. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said beginning. I put a paper clip at the top of this page because I wanted to find a way to put the photo on there without gluing it down or taping it down, because I like to put things underneath. I did this a lot in my Costa Rica journal, and I really liked how it worked out for me because it did make it easier to have more space, and it added more interaction with the journal. So I have to, you know, physically take the photo off the paper clip and put it back. I will say that these paper clips I'm using, they're completely metal, and I should have opted for a plastic one because the metal did scratch that particular photo. So if you're gonna do the same thing, I highly recommend that you get like a wax coating or a plasticky paper clip because it just works a lot better. I also, in my first spread, I don't know if you noticed, but I didn't have any room for extra written word, so I tried to put more emphasis on that later on, especially in this particular one, since this is on day 2 and 3, but I did want to talk about day 1, which I think I did underneath that photo that's paper clipped. So yeah, it was my fault. I should have added some written stuff on the first spread, and I didn't. So here you're going to see that I'm using a shredded piece pretty much of a map from the Petrified National Forest, State Park, or National Park, National Park, that I went to with Matt, and I thought it was really sweet. It looked very vintage, which is kind of what I was going for, like a vintage road trip vibe with a little bit of neon, but mostly like discolored paper, that kind of vibe. So I use that as a background, and then I use more craft paper on the side, as well as this lined paper from a different journal. One thing I'm really proud of on this particular spread right here is my use of this green card, kind of. I mean, it was just a cutout from that green paper you saw earlier, and I put photos on it, and then I made it a flip up so that way I could write additional notes and scripture stuff on the back, and I thought that was really clever of me, so I did that. So at the bottom of this page on the left-hand side, oh my goodness, I'm all over the place today as I, record this voiceover. Good job, me. I made this like dashed line between the photos. I think I was going for like a road theme here. I'm not really sure, but the photos covered it up, so I had to like redo it anyway. So not entirely sure what I was trying to do. You'll also notice that whenever I'm stuck and don't know what to do, my little fingers just kind of tap as if I'm like typing on a keyboard or something. I think that's really funny. As I was editing this, I just could not stop. It was so funny to see my fingers just tapping the table because I didn't know what to do with them. I also tried to add washi tape around. I'm not very good at it yet. I don't know how to aesthetically place washi tapes. It's a learning progress. I don't know what the word is there. Searching for something I can't find. My sanity, I don't even know. So I'm shredding this paper again. I just keep calling it shredding, tearing it. I don't know, aesthetically tearing it and placing it. You'll notice that throughout this entire video, I do things multiple times to get it perfect. I think I already mentioned that, but it's a really big component of scrapbooking. You do something, it doesn't really work out, so you try it again, and you just keep doing it until you get it in a shape or a form that you like. I ended up adding some of this brown paper that actually came from my travel journal from before, and I added that as space to write on, along with that lined paper you saw earlier, because I think that both are very convenient for what I was trying to go for. I also paper clipped some more photos on this side. I did this a couple times just because I have these large photos that I wanted to put in the scrapbook, but they were too large because they would take up like a whole page on their own, and that's not really what I was going for. Now this part over here on the right side is probably my favorite part of this entire scrapbook setup, and what I did was I took 2 index cards and I added a little bit of this green background paper to it, and then I put photos on top. I don't know why, but it's amazing. I love it. It's I don't know what it is, but I love it. So that's why it's my favorite. And you're gonna see I ended up turning it into these like little flaps, I guess, which I started doing more of after I did it this time. And so I feel like I should have been doing that from the beginning to save space, but I wasn't really thinking about it. And then as soon as I did it, I was like, I've got to do this over again several times. Like, and so many times that my viewers get sick of seeing these little flippy, flappy things. So, see, look at that little flap. But yeah, I think this is probably one of my more creative things. I also like that it's green in like conjunction with that brown on the other side. It just adds a bit more color and visual interest. And when I add the photos, I don't know, I just really liked the way that looked. And I also like that there's lines on the back because it meant that I could add more information. So you'll also see I added a bunch of stuff on the other side, and I kind of snapped my fingers to go through that because I was worried that I wouldn't have enough time, or I was worried that I'd have too much time when it came to editing. I didn't want to make this video like 2.5 hours long. So when we go back through the flip through, you will see that page in more detail. Basically, I took more scraps of photos or scraps of paper, glued them down, and then added photos like in a ziggy-zaggy pattern. And then, yeah, that's basically all I think that's all I did. I might have added some stickers. I'm not entirely sure. Also, I'm not writing any like written word things in this just yet. I'm going to do all of that at the end, and you're going to see the written stuff in the flip through. Again, it's mostly to save time because this stuff takes so long, and I don't want it to be so monotonous that you're just sick of writing. I don't even know. I also spend a lot of time gluing and taping, I realize, as I go back and I'm watching this. Like, it is a lot of gluing and taping. Like, there's just a lot of it. And I am sorry that you would have to sit through all of that. I tried my best to edit it out. So something else that I did was I added this little America sticker. Again, it came in that little sticker package that I got from Michael's, and then I'm just, again, decorating with washi tape. At the bottom there, I actually put down 4 layers of washi tape. I'm not even sure why, because I did it and then I immediately hated it, so I just ripped it off. So I'm just gonna stick with like 2 layers of washi tape at the most, because anything more just seems too excessive. I don't know, do you feel me on that one? So now the next thing I'm doing here, I'm not entirely sure I love. I think it works on the right side, but I'm not sure if I love it on the left side. I did it anyway. I made these little flaps. I put an index card on the back of this one so I could have more space to write. And I think it works on that side, but as soon as I added the other one, I'm not sure I love it. I love the photo. Don't get me wrong, love the photo, but I'm not sure I like it on that side. I just really wanted to include this photo in my spread because that restaurant in Albuquerque was the best thing. I don't even know, like there's nothing better. So once we got to Tucumcari, I started saving a lot of their souvenir items. So we have this like plastic bag which contained a magnet that's now in our fridge. So we have this bag, and then we also have this like card stock envelope thing with a little postcard in it that we purchased at the Blue Swallow Motel. So I had a lot of fun with this spread because it's a bit different from everything else. Before, it's just been a lot of like, scrapbook paper and photos and maybe some like flip up tabs, but this one had, the paper bag and the cardstock envelope, which I thought was really cool because when I did my Costa Rica one, I had a lot of unique elements like wristbands and money and stuff that I added to it, which we didn't really have a lot of that here because there were no wristbands, and I don't really feel the need to display the currency of my country because I see it all the time anyway, and it just, I don't like money. I mean, I do, but I don't, Also, this picture of the Blue Swallow Motel is by far my favorite photo from the entire trip. Probably. I think that there might be a few others that I really like, but that one's one of them. I just love the neon, the vintage feeling. It's authentic, and it brings me joy. It sparks joy. So we had two blue swallow like brochures, so I cut up the parts that said blue swallow and I added one at the top over here with some washi tape, and then I added another on the back of the photo because I don't like the way the back of the photo looks when it's empty, so I like to cover it up with different things. And again, I'm using tape. I use glue at different points. There is no rhyme or reason. I don't understand my mental process there, but hey, it is what it is. For this final spread, I ended up taking the front cover of the museum map, pretty much, from the St. Louis Art Museum, and then I put, again, more photos on the side with a paper clip. I tried to do it on the bottom to, like, spice things up, but it didn't work. I think it works on the top and the sides, but it does not work on the bottom, so don't try it. It just scratches up your photos. Not worth it. And on the other side, I did this paper again. I really like this paper. I like writing on it. It's better than that white paper, so we're going with it. And I ended up adding, like, again, the scrapbook paper to add more color, because brown and white is fine, but adding some green and like pinks and stuff just makes it a little sweeter, and I don't know, I really like it. I have no idea where that bottom business card comes from. I'm pretty sure it says on it, but I don't really remember. But I put it on here anyway, at this point in the entire thing. I also had this leftover postcard that was vintage that I think I was originally I was going to put it on my front page, but I forgot all about it until I got to the part where I added that cardstock holder, so it's going here, and it's okay because it's really cute and it gives this page some color. Alright, so before we go into that final flip through, I just wanted to take a moment to ask you guys to leave a comment down below on which spread is your favorite and why. I'm interested to see what you guys like, what you want to see more of, and don't forget to give me some ideas if you have any themes that you want me to cover in my junk journal. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into that final flip through. Overall, I'm really happy with the way that this turned out. I think it definitely met my expectations that I set for myself. I don't know if it exceeded it, but I am really happy with the way it looks. I think I like it a lot more than my Costa Rica journal, even though the Costa Rica journal is made of faux leather, which looks so authentic, and I love that. But I also really like this one. I like the ways that I tried to be creative with these flaps and the cutout paper, cutout maps, and the photos that I took. Again, the whole trip is really heartwarming, so it's hard to look at it and not feel joy from, reminiscing on the trip to the Grand Canyon along Route 66. Again, I think this particular spread is my favorite. You'll have to let me know which is your favorite in the comments down below, because I'm really excited to see which one you like and how that might reflect like your personal style. Yeah, I still don't know how I feel about that photo there, but overall, I really like it. And anyway, I don't think I have any more to say until I film that outro, so I'm just gonna put on some nice music and you can enjoy the rest of this flip through. Alright, and that's all I have for today, so thank you guys for watching, and I can't wait to see you guys next time when I make another journal creation or another journaling video tip thing. So yeah, see you again soon.